5 children, under 13.
Yeah,
I mean,
well.
that must have a whole thing about intimate, publics.
Absolutely, it does. Yes, they're
How do
aged
you
between
deal with
8
that?
and 13.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty familiar with every public and private space in Melbourne, I have to say. And that would be from early days of pushing prams around the street, which is another intimate place that you find yourself in. And that's, again, talking about feeling safe going out and walking around with a pram with babies. Bringing kids out too. I mean, I find that because the concern is today with the generation of kids who want to be on their iPads and, all the computers and stuff, I honestly try and take kids out where they'll get filthy, where they get mud.
Absolutely.
Initially, I started to do that and they'd freak out that they were getting mud on their clothes. And I was really horrified, and I just made it even muddier and freaked them out a bit more. And I think that that's something that I look to. We live near the Botanic Gardens, and they've got a wonderful children's garden there. Anything interactive is fantastic, and I think kids really relate to. And
do you think the city is actually designed for children?
I really do. I think Melbourne's fantastic like that. And I think when I talked about that parkour and utilising spaces, but in using your imagination in a different way, and say, even I look at these, the way the design here is just even some hills, and just to make it a little bit. I know my kids would be rolling off that, even that tiny hill. They'd be just find that and just roll down. So kids are the ones who are creative. In fact, they're probably interesting ones to observe to see how they use a space.
Absolutely.
And move from there.
I've just become a grandfather, and my fascination is maybe when you're a father, you've got too many other things in your life.
Yes.
But when you're a grandfather, just observing how they actually learn to use space. And I was horrified when my daughter brought out a sort of full overall so that my granddaughter wouldn't get dirty. And the first moment I could get it off, I took it off and said, get out there.
Exactly.
Because we need to let kids, learn how to fall.
Yes, we do.
Our playgrounds are so regulated at the moment that we've stopped designing playgrounds. I only design sculpture now that kids like playing on.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting point, playgrounds and the PC-ness, I guess, of it. I mean, unfortunately, I think the statistics at the Royal Children's Hospital are pretty scary with broken bones thanks to a few monkey bar incidences. Case in point of having a few visits with children with busted arms. But look, isn't that part of childhood? Surely have a little bit of a fracture here and there. I'm sure that's fine. However, I've got the 8-year-olds off today to bounce. Is everyone familiar with what bounce is? Brilliant concept. It's literally a warehouse full of trampolines and spongy walls and spongy and people to supervise. And ever since this has been around, I think they've got a couple of them. So again, kids don't go out. They don't jump around. They don't get exercise. Yeah. Boy, they work up a sweat at this joint, and it's fantastic. And I think places like that evolving are really important, especially in the sedentary world that our kids live in.
That's right. And one of the things that irritates people most, and it's a pity, is skateboarding. But the facts around skateboarding are quite interesting.
It's wonderful.
Wonderful.
I love the skateboarding. And also, we've taken our little kids down with the scooters amongst the skateboarders. They're ripping kids, They've really got a fabulous relationship with little kids. They're really caring. I think people have such a cliched image of what skaters are. And
I mean, what you're getting there is, you're learning a whole lot of skills, not only the physical skills and... repetition to get something right.
Yes.
Nothing more than on a skateboard. They will do it time after time until they get it right, and then they go to the next one. Those sort of skills going into life are so important. Yet, we are trying to push the skateboarders out of everywhere. I mean, I've got a problem at the moment. I've been told by the council, close down Lincoln Square. Lincoln Square is actually one of the top world venues for skateboarding.
Look at
we've got someone across the road who complains at the noise.
Well, I tell you, if
you
look through these magazines and these kids, it's ridiculous to have them move on. They're also one of the highest earning kids, sports people in the world are skateboarders. If you have a look at it's quite extraordinary. There's another statistic that bothered me, and I don't actually know what it is, but there's an issue with girls and boys, I suppose, that they're not building up any muscle strength in their upper arms because they don't climb trees. Yep. And because we're told to get down and not climb a tree.
That's right.
Don't do that. Get off. And all these don't do this, don't do that. And I
I
think
mean, my
that's
wife's favourite memory
Yep.
is climbing up a tree to read a book to get away from her 4 brothers.
Wow.
You know.
There you go.
That's right.
Yes,
you
and
know, so that's her intimate public.
And I don't know how you encourage that back, cubby houses and things like that. But now, I mean, you can't even build a cubby house in a backyard because you need a planning permit. So, you know, that's the issue.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm going to take the helm and wrap it up myself now, I think. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful session. Thank you very much, everyone, for your attention today. And also, I just want to say personal thanks to Naomi, Milgram, also Natalie. Thank you very much for inviting us along today. Thank you. Thank you.